thumping sound of Doc Martens on my hollow living room floor echoes throughout the empty house like a fairy tale giant stomping on clouds. I'm struggling to remember the last time the house was without sound, while I go searching for the lost remote control and a forgotten bottle of Quaaludes. When the only thing I find hiding under the dusty brown sofa cushions are a purple lighter and a budding family of cockroaches, I collapse onto the couch in defeat. The CNC headline scrolling along the bottom of the screen is focused on the young Jewess again. It reads, "Debunked video of Representative Shapiro's daughter allegedly seen at an LA nightclub has been labeled a clear case of foreign disinformation," FBI officials report. In a statement, an official for the FBI is said to be investigating this as a kidnapping. They are looking into white nationalist groups that may be involved in sending her threatening anti-Semitic messages on Horus. Such groups have shown their support for bands like the misogynistic Merry Pranksters, as well as lying President Kirk. They are confirming that this is the biggest kidnapping since the Lindbergh baby. I'm reminded that April called us misogynistic in an article she published in the Riverfront Times. There is something circular about the way it's now just reported as fact. Now that I've caught a glimpse of the game they're playing here, it's impossible to unsee. Enough people have seen the video of Bethany Shapiro, disguised in a silver sequenced miniskirt and a blonde Pretty Woman wig, to call into questioning the kidnapping theory. And being one of the top 10 most famous Jews in LA, she wasn't hard to spot. I suppose the man she's with could be a white supremacist, but that would make his purple suit and matching fedora all the more diabolical. I sit up, move to stand, then pause and fall back on the couch, exhaling a deep sigh. This afternoon the sky was so clear it felt like I was looking through a telescope into outer space. The depth and clarity of the atmosphere reminded me of the infinite chaos swirling in Valerie's kaleidoscope eyes. One cloud drifted by that I thought looked like a swirling yin-yang, eating its own tail. Val would have thought it looked like something completely different, and would have had some brilliant reason for it that would have blown my mind. Maybe a daisy as the petals floated off with the gentle wind, one by one. She loves me not. I pull out my phone to reread the last message she sent, and stop on a text from yesterday that reads, "Hey baby, I want to see you before your show tomorrow. Call me XOXO. P.S. It's always been my dream to be in yours." Clenching my eyes tightly shut, visions of red mist begin to fall. I shove the phone deep into my pocket and shout out loud, "God damn it!" If she had only come back a few weeks earlier. For months, I endured all the whispers floating around town, the rumors of her getting high with Gonzo and his shady friends. He knew what she was up to, but when confronted, was suddenly above all the gossip. The timing of all this feels too serendipitous to be a mere coincidence, leaving me unsure who I can trust. What sent her swooping back into my life, expecting me to drop everything and come crawling across the floor, begging her to take me back? Oh, I'd gladly do it. And she knows it all too well. As long as I uphold our unspoken pact of silence about her past, this one-sided chastity vow, or the black and blue holes in her arm, she'll keep me around. Speak no evil, hear no evil. So long as neither of us dare break our sacred little lie, it's not real. After all, we don't want real. We don't believe in real. We only believe in what we want to believe in. Stretching out my arms across the dusty couch cushions like it was my cross to bear, I lean my head back all the way until I'm staring at the ceiling fan spinning around and around. The blades come in and out of focus with the phrase, "We don't believe in real," echoing until the fan blades appear to be circling backwards like a time warp. My eyes blink open to the sight of a string of white Christmas lights chasing each other around the freezing living room and the smell of fresh patchouli. Valerie is not wearing any shoes or socks. She's sitting on the sofa, a ball of hemp yarn tangled in her hands. Her eyelids hang low over her sleepy eyes like she's silently humming a song. Nothing heavy, I don't think. Something simple like "Rain, rain, go away," until the sound of my boots stomping off the snow wakes her from a brief nod. Armed with 2 bags full of burgers and cheese fries from work, I shake off the snow from my coat and announce that I'm home in a sing-songy voice that doesn't come out as cool as I'd hoped. Stretching on her tippy toes with her fingers locked above her head, she moans, "Hey, baby," in a low, scratchy voice before collapsing into me. Avoiding eye contact, she kisses me on the mouth, and the grin I'm left standing with betrays what little composure I may have had. Running my fingers along the line of her flowing white scarf, I tell her she looks like an Eskimo, and she laughs. Then, sliding her freezing hands around my waist, she purrs, "Oh, what'd you bring me?" In a naughty, daddy voice that I'd never heard her use seriously before, she asked me if I brought her any cheese sauce. I pause. I do not whip around like a beggar. I've been burned too many times before. Without looking into her foggy, crystal eyes to gauge whether she means what I think she means, I reply, "Baby, you know I brought you some cheese sauce." Her body pressed against my back, the smile doesn't come easily, but once it's there, painted on my face, I'm able to forget. If there's one thing Val can do better than anyone, it's making me want to forget. Off in the distance, though, a small voice is whispering to me, telling me that she'll never allow there to be a right time to bring it up. If I were half the man I think I am, I'd take her by the shoulders and shake her by them, demanding enough. But as her fingers begin clawing their way down to my belt line, giggling as she looks up at me, all my courage melts into a string of big salty tears. All I end up saying is, "So, all the spoons are burnt up then, huh?" The jingle-jangle of angels earning their wings caused my eyes to blink open, and the Yuletide vision starts to disintegrate, pixel by precious pixel. I find myself alone on a sunken sofa in an empty living room with a stream of tears pouring down my burning face. Watching the fan blades continue to spin, I notice something that has me squinting at them suspiciously. They appear sharper somehow, sophisticated, and less dusty. After replacing the high E string on my acoustic guitar, I tried everyone's cell phones one last time, but I got no answers. When I notice the sun has set and the room has become dark, I start strumming a new song I think I'll call "Where in the Motherfucking Hell Are Those Fucking Whores?" Parentheses, Hank's song. Reaching for a cigarette butt to hit on from the ashtray, what I find has me feeling around for a brown paper bag to breathe in and out of. Though it takes a moment for my eyes to adjust, I notice that the ashtray is no longer black, or plastic, or stolen, but it seems to be perforated and made out of some kind of glistening crystal. I look at it queerly once, twice, before straightening the butt and lighting it with a sterling silver table lighter. Forcing myself to my feet, I bury the heel of my hands into my eyes. Then, blinking several times in hope of some clarity, I watch as the memories vanish from that wonderfully devastating Christmas evening once upon a time.